Okay, so welcome back to some more MX versus ATV All Out, and today I kind of want to maybe start some kind of new series here. It depends on what you guys think, but it's going to be something called, like, is it fast? Can it win? Can it win in multiplayer or something like that? And we'll test a bunch of things and just kind of, you know, switch from different vehicles, I guess, from quad, bikes, stuff like that. And today's edition is going to be the quad semi-stock. I can't say stock because I think I have, like, the clutch and maybe... I don't think I have tires yet. Clutch and brakes, maybe? I'm not even 100% sure. So it's like semi-stock, semi-upgraded, and I don't know. We'll just call it basically a stock quad because we don't have the engine and we don't have the suspension, which is the main thing. And then I tuned a little bit on it because I felt like I needed any advantage I could get because I just don't have enough moto coins, man. I don't have enough moto coins to upgrade anything. I've been playing, but I haven't been playing a lot outside of videos, so... been suffering slightly. Now that 4957 does not count. We are not counting that because that we turned on the Honda when, and I don't know, I haven't even checked if it's still a thing, but that's when you could still adjust on the exhaust and like change the physics of the game. So that one is not going to count. Now we can't hit this line, I just didn't. We're gonna focus on this lap and try to get like at least under a minute. I think that's the main thing, is if we can break under a minute and like, oh man, come on. And maybe put up like a 57, I'd be fairly happy. I mean, for my quad riding skills, and you gotta remember that just because if I don't think it's that great, it doesn't mean it's not good, and it doesn't mean that people can't go fast with it. It means that I suck with it, and so no. Can I make it win? I guess it should be called, can I make it win? Can I make a semi-stock quad 450 win in the game? Now we are using the special edition YFZ 450. Special edition. Was gonna use the quad, or the Kawasaki, but then I was like, you know what, I don't want to use one from 2011, I want to use one from 2017. Now so far we're having a pretty good run, hopefully we don't mess this up. Okay. Oh, get on there! Oh man, that was a pretty good lap. I think that should have been a 55, but I like kind of got a weird stutter in there in the corner before the finish line, so yeah, I think we could turn a 55, and I think realistically my best lap on the bike, not counting that 49.57, was like a 54. I don't think I ever got a 53. I'm pretty sure I did not ever turn a 53 here. No, I haven't grinded and tried to get like a super hot lap or anything, you know. So I don't really know. We could probably turn a better one if we were to grind really hard, but I just haven't felt like doing that. I've just been enjoying playing the game for what it is and not grinding. But I feel like, you know, a 53, a 54 would be a pretty good lap for myself. So we'll take that. I think that 56.97 definitely would be fast enough to get a win in multiplayer. I mean, circumstances would play a pretty big part. I mean, it depends on if you have a guy that's really good at the game or a guy that's really not good at the game, or how many people and, you know, what track it is and blah, 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 blah. I know a lot of things come into effect, but we're not testing all of that. This isn't a perfect experiment or anything. It's just like, it's more or less, can I get a win in multiplayer with ... you know, whatever we're gonna choose. So let's hop over. Maybe if we can't find multiplayer, we might just do an AI race, or I don't know. We'll just kind of go with the flow on this first episode. Okay, so here we are at Arlington. Now, it probably would have made more sense to go to Anaheim, but I figured if we actually do get into a multiplayer race, or however we're going to do this, we probably wouldn't be able to choose Anaheim anyways, so let's just do Arlington. We are on all-time difficulty. Tried to make it more authentic, going with the bikes versus the quads, MX versus ATV. Whoa, this is crazy. Not a good start for us here. Try and pull away. At least get away from this AI, man. Sometimes the AI is like wicked annoying. I mean, like in all games, the AI can be so annoying sometimes, and it's just like in this game, I feel like they straight try to take you out sometimes. Like straight up trying to take you out. Now the quad, I feel it's actually kind of weird because this thing is not fully upgraded. It's not. It's like, it's less than half. No engine, no suspension, but I feel like it's a lot faster than it should be, not being that upgraded. You know what I mean? Like, I tuned it slightly, But like this triple here, whoa, like this is wicked easy. I don't think I need a preload. And I know you don't need a preload with the bike either, but it feels easier on the quad. So I don't know if they found a way to like balance this, or this is like the way of balancing, but it feels pretty darn good. And so far, can it win? Is it fast? Or can I make it win? Or can I make it fast? It feels like, yeah, it's definitely a possibility, even like this. So stock quad, I mean, we're gonna call it a stock quad because it's basically a stock quad. We can do a fully upgraded quad next time, or if this is something you want to see. I don't know if this is something you want to see. I'm just messing around because, I don't know, just, we could do a whole bunch of races and race against the AI, but I don't really know if that's something you want to see. So I figured, why not try to make it more interesting and see if it's possible. Now, the hardest part, and why I said it'll depend on what, or like how hard it is to get footage, will be multiplayer. Because multiplayer, even if it's just one guy, I'll probably just show it, even if we lose. And that'll be another deciding factor in it. So the one deciding factor will be what? Will be the hot lap, the time attack. How does that match up to what I think I've gotten on the bike? And like not even on the bike, just my faster lap. One will be against the AI. We're on all-time difficulty, 5 laps. We have a 16-second lead. A 107.98 is our best lap so far. That's a pretty darn good lap for me. And multiplayer. Multiplayer will be the, maybe the final test. I'll see. So it'll be like a 3-stage test. So even if we get our butts kicked in multiplayer, it doesn't, it'll, I mean, that depends a lot on the track we're riding. It depends on who we're racing, how fast are they. It depends on a whole bunch of different things with multiplayer. So, you know, just because we might lose a race in multiplayer doesn't mean that the quad's not fast. It means that I'm not good enough to do it. But it doesn't mean it's not fast. Again, why it should be, I don't know what we're going to call it, but it'll be something like, can it win? I think we'll just call it that, but I'm trying to explain, and for anybody that might be offended by it, that I'm not saying the quad's not good. I'm just saying that I wasn't able to. So it should be, can I win on it, but I don't want my titles to be too long on YouTube, so it's just going to be called Can It Win, or Will It Win, or Is It Fast, or something like that. I don't know. We'll think about it after the video's over. We got a couple more laps here, 2 more laps, and we're going to pull a wheelie all the way. Whoa, that was wicked. And then we should secure ourselves this win. We keep messing up this section. The track's actually getting pretty ruddy, especially in this corner. And I did put a mix of bikes and quads here, but we're destroying them. 30 seconds, man. I mean, and I'm not even that fast. These, I mean, we could turn way better laps on the bike just because that's what I play with more than the quad. But even on the quad, we're just eating them up. Basically stock too. And like this fiver is super easy to get. And I know we could hit a bigger line here. I'm not even preloading, and we're practically quadding that section. Just kind of laziness more than anything. Come on. Kind of get a little clutch and then a preload, and it's pretty easy to get over. Like this section, I don't think you need a preload. Really don't. Bump the clutch a little bit. Oh, I kind of let off a little bit there at the end. But that's really easy to get this section on the quad. Yep, so far it can. But the main thing, what I really want to do is the multiplayer, but I'm kind of worried because my multiplayer, like for recording, I record at way different times during the day. Sometimes I record in the morning, depending on what I'm doing, depending on a lot of things. Sometimes I'm recording in the evening or afternoon. It's just kind of hit and miss and different times. Like right now it's almost midnight, I think. Almost midnight, and where I live at least. And there's not a ton of people on. I think I was looking earlier, and there was a few people, but there was only like 1 person or 2 people in the lobby. Well, there has to be at least 2 for it to start. And so there wasn't a lot of people, and I'm kind of worried that I'm not going to have a lot. But even if it's just 1 person, we'll throw it in there. If we get destroyed by him, we get destroyed by him. If we win, we win. You know, whatever. That's probably going to be good enough of a test. And I feel like the lap time here is not bad. I think like a 104, 105 is a pretty good lap time here. Well, that time... That's ugly. Look at that, preloading our way through that section. Almost a 42-second lead. Is it fast against the AI? Heck yes, this is fast against the AI. With the front flip. got about a minute, so I guess, yeah. Hey, what's up? We are in some multiplayer. I know it's only one person, but I did say in that last part that even if it's only one person, we're still gonna do it because based off of when I do videos, totally random, totally all over the place, I don't even know if I'm gonna have somebody like in the lot. Like, I don't know how easy it's gonna be for me to find somebody. So hopefully it's someone that's like similar in speed, you know, so the experiment will make more sense, you know what I mean? So hopefully, I haven't even seen him yet. Of course, it's a pretty big track. I'm really hoping it's not 5 laps. This is gonna be wicked long if it's 5 laps. I'm hoping 3 because this is a big track. We've got about 20 seconds for a warm up here, and then we'll be a-okay ready to go. Hopefully we get the W. I mean, I feel like the lap time, I know it's like a semi-stock. I'm gonna call it a stock because it doesn't have the suspension or the engine, so we'll see. 4 seconds and we will be ready to go. Okay, Hurricane Hill, here we go. Oh, fellow quad man. He's upgraded though, that's not really fair. He's upgraded, hopefully we can grab him. Come on. Oh, come on, well, maybe he's not upgraded. Well, hey, if he's not upgraded, it's fair game, man, because we're only like semi-upgraded. So we're semi-upgraded, quad versus quad. It would have been a little bit cooler to see quad versus bike, you know, MX, the whole MX versus ATV thing, but yeah, it would have been cool, and I know it's only one person, but like I said, I take what I can get because multiplayer, you never know. Sometimes you'll have like a full lobby of like 16 people or however many it is, and sometimes you'll have nobody. So right now, I wasn't really finding much of anything, and then this guy happened to have a lobby, so I figured, you know what, let's jump in. He had a quad. Right now it looks like a stock quad has the capability of getting the W. Now that doesn't mean much. I mean, like I said, it's based all around the situation. So just because we're right now, and we're not necessarily gonna win, but as of right now, we're beating one person late at night on Hurricane Hill or whatever the heck this track is called. That doesn't mean a lot. Now he is pretty close to it, so we never know. Maybe he's trolling. Maybe he's saving it for the last lap. Thank goodness it's only 3. Wow, I was really worried that it was gonna be 5 laps, and luckily it's not. Now looking at his quad, it was more rainbow, like graphics and stuff. I wonder if he's not fully upgraded, so we might actually be slightly more upgraded than his quad. But nonetheless, it is a stock quad, and nonetheless, we are in the lead, so this is good. So far, our hypothesis is right that we turned a fairly okay lap. I mean, no, it's not wicked fast, and yeah, just because, okay, yeah, tell me all about your lap time that's 5 seconds a lap faster than mine at Anaheim. Sweet. We had a 49 whatever, but I'm not counting that lap because of what bike it was on, and the fact it was on the Honda with the weird exhaust that like changed the physics in the game. So, I mean, the 56, it could have been a 55, I think. Really isn't that bad of a lap on a stock quad. I'll take it. And the fact that I'm not good with it. And then we like destroyed the AI at Arlington. It wasn't even really that fun because it was so easy, which you probably saw that. That was the boring part of the video. And then now we're at Hurricane Hill or whatever it's called and racing against an actual person. And while it's only one person, I still feel like it could get a win. I feel like even with like 5 or 6 or 7 guys, like typically let's say an average lobby is like 6, 7 guys. I really feel like this quad could get a win even in like a regular lobby. No, when you size it up against like the best bike guys or even the best quad guys, no, of course not. No, you're not gonna get a win. And we are running a national, which is weird because I was really hoping for supercross, but it happened to be the national. And sometimes the national tracks, I have a really, 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 really good computer, but sometimes the national tracks still run really weird on my PC. Hurricane Hill evidently runs really good, so I'm pretty pumped about it. And I'm pumped that we got a 14-second lead on this fellow. We'll see what he wants to do next. Maybe, I mean, if he's only doing run race and gonna quit, then, you know, but that's probably the end of the video. If he wants to keep going and do a supercross race, maybe we'll battle on supercross. Maybe he's better at that. I really don't know. But right now we got that 15 going on 16-second lead. This race is just taking for freaking ever. It's so long. I kind of like the track and it runs smooth. I think it looks really good, but It's just a long track, and it's an opencross track. It's not even the motocross track. It's for the UTVs, I think. Specifically for the UTVs. And we're using the quads on them. Could be throwing some tricks, drop some backflips for all you trick guys. I get asked that a lot. You don't scrub enough. You don't throw tricks enough. There's a scrub. Oh, look what happens when I scrub. That's why I don't scrub. It's like crash, and now he's catching us, and he can't catch us because I really do believe we can win this. So far, yes, we can get a W. And again, remember, I know, it's against one person, and maybe they don't have an upgraded quad, and maybe they're new to the game, and whatever all the situations could possibly be. But I didn't say, oh, we can get a win against certain people, or we can get a win in whatever the situation. I just was curious, can it win? Is it fast? In certain situations, of course it is. And it's not like it's a specific situation, any situation. So even this one counts for me. You know, I no matter what I'm using, if I'm on the bike and it's fully upgraded and I'm on my favorite track, of course we can get a win there. And of course we can get our butts kicked. It depends on who you're playing. There's always going to be people better than you. There's always going to be tons of people better than me. I mean, that's just the way it is. And it doesn't bother me. I really don't care. It's fun. And we can still get some good battles going with people. But for the most part, yeah, of course. So, situation, 22-second lead. Can we get a win? Is it fast? Of course it is. Getting the W in multiplayer, only against one person, but hey, you know what? It counts. So, yeah, we'll probably hop on over into like the compound or something, wrap this video up, and then go from there. Okay, so here we are at the Flying Moto compound. We're gonna wrap up this video here. I really don't know how long it is. I think it took a while to do that that Arlington race, which, yeah, we kind of all knew we were gonna win that because the AI is really, you know, I'm not like full of myself. It's just straight up, the AI is really not that great in the game. They're pretty easy to. It doesn't take long to learn to beat them with whatever, the quad, the UTV, the bike. It really doesn't take that long to master to where you're faster than they are, you know what I mean? So that wasn't the greatest of tests, but it's one stage, one step in the testing. Then the hot lap to see how comparable it is to what I think is my better lap time, and then multiplayer. And I know the multiplayer was kind of a sucky test because that, after looking at that, I think the back of his jersey still said rider. So I think he was pretty new to the game. Just gonna say, I think he was pretty new to the game and didn't have an upgraded quad. And yeah, I mean, had you gotten like 6 or 7 people in the lobby, different levels of ability and using bikes and quads, I think it would have been different. And maybe we wouldn't have got a win, but it could. I think it could be competitive. I think that this has the ability, if you're good enough, to be competitive. It doesn't even have to be fully upgraded. You know what? Just for checking it out, what do we have? Let's go over and check and see exactly what upgrades we have on this thing. Okay, so we have the sprocket fully upgraded. We have the brakes fully upgraded. And we have the clutch fully upgraded. That's it. Everything else is like stock. And then I tuned it to, let's check the tuning. This is my tuning. I just basically maxed everything out. So we're about half and half, I guess. But some of the most important ones are the tires, the suspension, and the engine. So, you know, to me, it's still a pretty stock quad. To me, it's a pretty stock quad, but it would be about half and half. And I've been saying that the whole video. So there you go. I really think that, yeah, if you're good enough, this thing can win in multiplayer, like in a real situation. Because, yeah, I know that wasn't really a very good situation, but it's the first one. And I'm hoping to get better at it. And I don't know if this will be a series or not. You'll have to let me know in the comments if it's something you want to see. And if it is something you want to see, what do you want to see next? Bike, more quad, 250 quad, UTV, 125, 252 strokes, 254 strokes, 450, stock, upgraded, tuned to a certain whatever, you know. Let me know in the comments specifically if you want to see this go as a series or if you would rather us do something different. And if you do want it as a series, specifically what bike or quad or UTV, stock or not upgraded or partly upgraded, and what kind of tuning we should have on it. So would really appreciate that. You guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on this series so far. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.